what I'm trying to show you is we've got some double glazed windows, UPVC windows, what I'm going to be fitting in the camper. One of them jobs where I've got the windows now and they've got to go in, but like I'm not really happy with everything really. But my advice to you guys building overland vehicles, especially the truck side of things, don't bother with the plastic windows. If you can, save up and buy the proper overlanding windows. There's companies out there. Outbound is a very good company, and that's the company that I'd probably use if I were doing this again. The reason why I'm not using them now is because some of our windows are, let's just say we can't change the size of them, and the big window behind me here, they don't do one that big, so I can't really patch it in to fit a smaller window, so I've had to go with standard household UPVC. However, I am thrilled because I've got toughened glass on the outside and then 6mm or 6.4mm laminate on the inside. Argon gas in the centre. So yes, I'm quite sure these windows are going to be much better than the plastic ones we've got. They're definitely going to be more secure. The only difference is these have got blinds on and these will not have blinds on. However, I'm going to be ordering the blinds from a company which has just slipped my mind at the minute. Optimal blinds, which are based in Poland. So this year's trip is going to go sort of like along that route of Northern Europe, and we're going to pick up some blinds. So yeah, I'm fitting these. This is this week. It's Monday 2 PM. It's raining outside, so it's not ideal, but I think what I'm going to do is just get set up and then tomorrow, boom, hit it. So tag along on this epic adventure and let's fit some windows. So the windows I've been in 7 years. They're the standard motorhome caravan windows, and to be honest with you, they were quite expensive when we put them in. However, security wise, not very good. They tend to stick out from the side of the vehicle and they do scratch easily. So like most plans of mine, start with a bit of paper with a sketch on of the new windows, and that's how it is really. This is the section of the windows. So this is the inside, this is the outside. So you can see they are flush fitting, and you can see the distance back to the glass here. So the window opens like so. How we're going to fit these, I'm going to fit them inside out. So the idea is this is the outside of the truck and these will come up to the outside, so a little bit like that, and that's what we should see from the outside. Double glazed standard UPVC windows. I've gone for 4mm toughened glass on the outside and 6.4 laminate glass on the inside, and this is going to be filled with argon gas. It's got to be definitely more secure than the motorhome caravan windows. I think the brand is Sight. Definitely more secure, and hopefully the sound and the thermal insulation is going to be much better. Right, welcome to this week of fitting new windows. Yeah, I've thought this job through multiple times and lost sleep over weeks over this. So it's one of the biggest job, or if not the biggest job this year, what we're going to do. So we're changing the plastic windows for UPVC glass windows. Like I've just mentioned, we've got toughened on the outside, laminate on the inside. argon gas. So the insulation and the security properties of the windows is going to be a lot more superior than what these are. You can see we've got some condensation here. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to get condensation on the new windows. Maybe, I don't know, time will only tell. But obviously the security of these windows are very poor. So the first job, take these out, take the screws off, loosen off the seal, and then that should literally just fall out. And then I can start marking up the inside, cut the inside, stick it in. I've got plenty of CT1 to stick the window in. And then I'll run around the edges of the new window with expanding foam, just to stop any, I'm going to say drafts, but there won't be any cold spots. And then what I'll have to do is, we can measure up the blinds and to fit the blinds, but I may have to just get some decorative UPVC, like 2-inch, maybe inch, like quadrant, just to run around the windows. So yeah, should go straight forward, but you never know. I know there's going to be a problem. The kitchen window, because this is going to actually run into the kitchen units, because the kitchen units were actually built around the window. So right, one of the other problems what we had with the plastic windows, when I say plastic, they're the sides, I think they call them. The window what you get in motorhomes and caravans and so on. But yeah, this is metal. This is metal, the surround. So this does sometimes get condensation on it. Especially, I've took the blinds off. But like, if you see what I've done here, I've actually put like some insulation, some foam insulation here, because that used to get really wet. And the wetness used to run down back of these boards, and yeah, so the thermal value of these windows are very poor. So, right, this window is actually a little bit loose. I reckon a good push on that, it would actually fall out. Right, I've marked out the cut on the inside. As you can see, it's much bigger than the old window. Bit worrying, but you know, when you look at the new window, you look at the thickness of it, you can see, you know, the glass is going to be roughly about the same size, but the window frame is going to be much thicker. I'm not happy. I have slipped and I have gone across the finish of the board there. And I'm just thinking here, this may happen a few times. If I had more room, I could probably go around with a trim saw, but yeah, there's not much room, is there? I guess the plan of attack will be, if I can actually do one window a day, I suppose I've done the job, haven't I, by the end of this week. Like I said, this is the easiest to do, so I'm doing this one first. No more mishaps, thankfully. This boarding what's on is the boarding you tend to get in motorhomes and caravans. It's like a pre-finished, like wallpaper on there basically, and it is really good. If anything, what I would say about the caravan motorhome industry, this is the best thing out of it. It's like a 3mm moisture resistant plywood, and you know, this is so wipeable. You can mark this, you can wipe it off and everything, but yeah, this has been really good. Okay, that's the inner skin off. all cut. So I just need to, really now what I need to do is take the window out and have a look at this. Right. Yeah. I suppose there's no turning back now. Oh boy. Yeah, I need to get this finished today then, don't I? Right, cut out this section just here now then. Ever watch the old 90s film, Quantum Leap? And Sam Beckett used to appear in another time. He always used to start off with saying, "Oh boy." Yeah, you feel like Sam Beckett right now. Another cut there, and we'll be fine, I think. Right, I'll just clean this up. But let's have a look from the outside. Get ready. How's that looking? So we should have a white part here, all the way around. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have on the big window. Okay, that may need a little bit more cleaning off before I actually glue the window in there. So what have we got? This is a 50mm composite board, fiberglass insulation, then fiberglass. The insulation is going to be probably about 45mm thick or something like that, and then this fiberglass here is looking like it's around about 2.5mm. So it's what they use. We got these panels from Montrecon in Tadcaster. Very expensive panels. They're what they use for the truck backs, the refrigeration trucks. So yeah. But like I said, that's a little bit flappy. However, like I said, that's going to be mass filled with CT1 and then squashed and clamped in as well. So I think that's going to make a good job. Like I said, we've still got this white thing on the outside which I've got to deal with. So right, bit of a clean up. Now I have measured this tight, maybe a little bit too tight, but oh shit. Cool. You can be the first one to look from outside. What's it look like? The white bits? Yeah, I know. So as you can see, it's not too bad. What I've decided to do is, rather than using the multi-tool to run around this, it's much neater if I use the grinder. Yes, it's a lot dustier, however, I'm getting a nice straight line. So should have this window in, well, the next 10 minutes I'm hoping. Right, so that's neatly trimmed, the white has gone. So yeah, I'm just going to stick the new window in with CT1, and around the edges where there's that 2 or 3 mil gap, I'm going to put expanding foam in that. I'm going to do that now, and hopefully later on tonight I should be able to put the glass in. But yeah, this is one of the biggest jobs, scariest jobs I've done in the last sort of like, I don't know, 7 years of actually having the camper. But yeah, but all good. It's looking well. It's looking well. I'm happy with it. So this colour CT1 is very similar to the windows and the truck, and this I actually got cheap. I got this cheap, so I'm going to use this more for, I've got quite a few, about 4 tubes of this. I'm going to use this more for gluing in the window, and then this for basically just putting a bead around the outside, because this will well, this will match in nice and easy. Now, to say I didn't start this until about 3 o'clock, something like that, I think I've done alright, to be honest with you. And get this all in around the bottom corner. Once the window's in and glued in, I'm going to clamp it in as well. I am going to run around this with the expanding foam as well, so it should be nice and solid. Like I say, it's a real shame that I couldn't afford the proper overlanding windows way back in 2016, but that's life, I'm afraid. I think each one of these truck panels were around about £1,000. So they were just about £10,000 just in the box itself. Okay, that's alright, but the CT1 is just slightly holding it off slightly, so I'm going to have to open the window, maybe take this sash out and then get some timber on the outside and get some clamps on it. Right, I am really happy with how this is looking. So you can see the grey CT1 is actually squelching out. I've gone around this and gone around with the G clamps and squashed it, so it's actually tight up to the you know, to the rear of the fiberglass. I'm going to clean this off now. Clean it off now. I can run around with a nice bead when either later or tomorrow. Obviously you need a really good seal on this, because you don't want water hitting this window running down and going down the back of the fiberglass. So so yeah, it's imperative that you do get a good seal. So this is tied up now. I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes. I'm going to get the expanding foam out now, which I've got one of the foam guns with it. So I'm just going to go around the inside, and that's going to obviously help to insulate and glue the window in. But I am really this is looking well. This is looking well, and a fucking relief. So yeah, yeah, I'll put the camera on later and we can have a walk around and see what it actually looks like. Everyone's gone home. It's about 5:30 now, so I've still got a few hours worth of light left, but this isn't going to be fully cured tonight, so yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm pleased with that. So right, I'm going to crack on. I'm going to put you down and then we'll have a look around later. Can you tell me what we did before screw fix? I think the next one, what we do, I'm going to allow a slightly bigger gap here, maybe 5mm, so I can get more foam in. I think that's the key. Right, we're ready for the glass going in. So yeah, I think this unit is about 28mm thick overall, standard household glass, although I have gone for toughened glass on the outside and then laminate on the inside. So so yeah, toughened outside, laminate on the inside for that little bit of extra security. It has got the argon gas filled in. So yeah, there's a few of you out there what are possibly going to say, you know, it hasn't got the vents for altitude and things like that. No, it hasn't. But like I say, I was stuck with the predicament of either stick with the plastic windows or go for something a little bit more secure. I didn't sleep a lot last night. It's just turned 5 AM. So yeah, I'm awake. I've not had a wash yet, and yeah, coffee, and I'm going to start on the back two windows today. Yesterday went better than expected, and we got the bathroom window in and sorted. However, I did break the glass unit. Didn't use the correct size packer underneath the glass, so I doubled up on the packers, and when I put the unit in, the top packer must have slightly cockled and got behind the inner skin of the glass, the laminate glass. And then obviously when I push the beads in, it's bent the glass until it's cracked. So I've got to get a replacement unit for that. But I am happy. I am happy with it, with the unit. The look on the outside, you know, just the feel of the glass around these plastic windows. You know, the feel of the glass is much better. I'll take you now. We can have a quick look, so you can see how the large window has misted up slightly. Same with the kitchen. Let's look at the bedroom, see what they're like. They've got a little bit of mist on those lot, and then we'll see what the bathroom's like. As you can see, there's no mist at all. There's maybe a little bit of condensation in the bottom corner, but I haven't put this bottom bead on yet, so there's a slight gap down there, so there could be a little bit of a cold spot here. You can see this is where the glass is vented from the packer, but well happy with that. So today early start, and we're going to do the bedroom windows. Right, I am just about at the end of the second day. This windows, well, both windows have gone in okay, but this one I had to cut the units down. This unit where the TV cabinet is here, I've had to cut this unit down here. And the other one is in now. I've just glazed that one. Yeah, I'm really happy with him. We just need to go to Poland now and get the blinds. Let's take a look outside, and you can see what we've done now. I don't make an habit of washing the vehicle. However, I think once we've done this week, I think we're going to have to wash it, because it is coming down from Derbyshire at the weekend. It's very dusty, and now there's all this blue polystyrene on there. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. And nice and flush. I'm happy with them. Right, 3 windows down and 2 to go. So tomorrow I'm going to start off with this one. I'm going to have to remove these wall units, as the window is going to go slightly behind or slightly recessed, just because of the thickness, or the overall thickness of the windows. So units off tomorrow morning, so everything out of the cupboards, units off, and then same again. A window without actually messing around with the units is only taking, it's about an hour to fit, and then you just gotta like let it cure, the expanding foam cure around the outside, and then fitting the glasses is well, probably about 15 minutes worth of work. Cleaning up, obviously, because I'm trying to keep it tidy. I'm living in the camper and so on. This window, the dining room window, I'm going to do after. This is slightly trickier because the maximum height of blind I can get from top to bottom is 800mm. Now, the window I've got is 830mm, so there's going to be this much showing either above or below the blind. That's because of the size of the window what we've got, and that's leaving the little white strip on around the outside, so I'm going to have to spray that, but what can I do? This is it. I fitted this window 7 years ago, and now things have changed, so that's that. I'm really happy with the windows how they're going at the moment. Yeah, so roll on tomorrow, I guess. Good night, and catch you in the morning. So like I said, this was going to be the problem window. So the kitchen unit's off, cut out as normal the window, and then I've got to fit just recess the back of the kitchen units to take in the window. So a massive job just for the pleasure of having double glazed glass windows. That's it then. It's stuck. Right, so I normally dry fire the foam gun outside, and just make sure it's working all right, because I have had that happen before, and the first time you don't, that happens. So thankfully I did have some foam cleaner in the camper, and thankfully I got it outside quick enough. Yeah, the fun and games, eh? So what has just happened there? Normally when you first pick up the foam gun, sometimes parts, basically the trigger operates a needle down the shaft, which releases a small hole at that side. When you squeeze the trigger, it pulls the bar back, opens up this hole. Now, normally, when you first pick up the foam gun, it can be a little bit sticky. So what you would normally do is put it into a bag or into the skip, just squeeze it, make sure it's working all right before you actually operate it. I was only using this yesterday and it was fine, so picked it up today thinking it was going to be fine, and obviously it weren't. I pulled the trigger stuck, the foam was shooting out. I didn't have much choice apart from get it outside the camper. I don't want it in here. In fact, just checking that there's nothing all over it. So yeah, luckily I could throw it outside. I'll show you outside. And that could have been all in here. So yeah, a bit of advice: make sure you check your foam gun before you actually start using it inside the camper. So the window's gone in. All right, no problem. The units have come back on. However, I've had to like reduce the unit by the back here by about 25 mil, and same that way. So I've recessed the cut all the way around. Now, I said this one was going to be a problem window, so is the dining room window. The problem with this one is when I come to fit the blinds, because the blinds are, about 60-70 mil, they really need to go into this as well. So this needs cutting again to recess the blinds in. It's either that or make some new kitchen units. So I think, I just really think we'll stick with this as it is. I mean, the units are secure, they're fixed, no problem. I think I'll leave this till we pick up the blinds, and then cut these back, finish a strip, and then come back and do some new units. I think I won't mind doing some new base units as well. So is it a case I just spend a week in a workshop and new kitchen? I don't know. Good morning. Big window day today. So this one will have a white strip around it because of the height of the blinds. I'm sure I've explained it before. I've took off the inner leaf, the blind, which is ready to run around this with a Stanley knife, and yeah, take the window out. So same process, but I'm going to be left with a white strip around this window, which I have got some spray paint, same as the windows. So yeah, it will look slightly bigger, this one. Hopefully it will look all right. Right, the big windows in. This is the white strip, what I said we were going to end up with. Now on the others, I've actually made these windows a little bit taller to cut this off. But because this window is governed by the maximum height of the blind of 800 mil, I'm already at 830. So I want to try to keep this as low as possible. So or as narrow as possible. So what I've done at the bottom, I've sprayed this the same as the windows, although it's not quite the same. I would like to obviously spray it the same colour as the van, but that's going to just flash and just stand out. So not quite happy with the finish of that. However, it's better than that, so that's what I'm stuck with at the minute. It may be a case of next year we'll respray the entire wagon, I don't know. So there you have it. The windows are in, and over the past few days they've been tested and everything's sweet. So to the costing. The costing has worked out for 5 windows at £1,290. The glass what I broke in the bathroom, the obscure piece, that was a replacement for that is £77. So taking the grand total of 5 windows to £1,367, which, you know, £258 per window, I think is really good. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Really am. The manufacturer, I have been asked on Instagram, the manufacturer of the window section is Uracell. So if you go to I'm quite sure if you Google Uracell, you'll find their suppliers and window manufacturers around the country. I have been asked about, does the windows come with the vehicle E certificate? No, they don't, because they're not being tested and passed for vehicles. However, on this note, I will say, as you know, I've used toughened glass on the outside, which is exactly the same as what your vehicle's side windows are, and on the inside it's toughened glass, exactly the same as what your windscreen is. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no difference in this glass than what glass you've got in your vehicle. It's just that it's not been approved for vehicle use. If there were a problem with the glass, I certainly wouldn't have fitted it in the first place. But not only that, thinking about this as well, when the vehicle's moving, we're actually sat in the cab. We're not sat back here. So that's what I think. Yeah, performance. The thermal insulation is definitely better. And I know that because I haven't used the window vac. And with the Sites plastic windows, I will constantly using the window vac every morning. In fact, sometimes we'll go around in the morning and then sit down and have us coffee, and the windows were misting up as we were having us coffee, and then you had to do them again to look out of them. Thankfully, I've not used the window vac as yet. The windows, they're still new, admitted. But yeah, they're a lot cleaner as well, you know what I mean? So it's nice to sit here and look out the windows. Right, we will take you for a tour around the outside before it starts raining. Right, you're probably thinking now, what are we doing about the blinds? Because obviously these windows have no blinds on them. So we'll go through, look at the windows, and we'll talk about the blinds while we're doing that. We'll start off with the kitchen window. That's all the windows are the same. Yeah, the reason why we wanted this window, by the way, as well, is Helen likes photographing and filming wildlife. So we wanted a window that wasn't top engine. We wanted the window that when you push it out, you can actually put the camera on the tripod here and actually get the camera lens up and over the top of the window. We found this out in Scotland when we were looking at the deer up the mountain. The window was in the way because it was actually top engine. Where at least with this, we can get the camera angled up and you can actually look uphill. So this for us is much better. As you can see, they are quite solid. The rubbers on them were really nice. So you give them a pull, that shuts onto the rubbers, and then the window locks. These are low profile handles as well. These work out about £9 a piece, so hopefully when we get the blinds will go over that and the handles won't be a problem. We'll go into the bedroom and I'll show you the blind. Ooh. Right, okay, so the blinds, what we've got at the minute, obviously these aren't going to be mosquito nets or anything like that, but we have got the material for it's blackout material for the backs of curtains. So what we're doing at the moment, we've just put some little Velcro pads on there and we'll just line these up. I should be doing this with 2 hands obviously, but we'll try it with 1 hand. So they go up on the Velcro pads. And that's what we've got at the minute. Again, these this material really works well. In the morning we just pull them down like so. Let's just tuck that there for a minute. We are picking up blinds in Poland. Now, this year's trip across Northern Europe is planned out on a cost-saving exercise. We are replacing our roof skylight. Now, that is coming from Outbound. But when I looked at paying for the blind and then the delivery costs, I think the delivery costs with delivery to England and the customs charges, which is normally around about £70, this will work it out near enough £300 to get it into the country. Now, when you add that also with the blinds from Poland, we've got the same cost again. So it will costing up towards £700 to get the skylight and the blinds through customs and here to the UK. So what I thought were, we've always wanted to go to Poland. Well, that saving of £700 with customs and delivery will actually pay for us just about to get to Poland. So that would be thinking on that. But yeah, you can see the windows are fitted nice, and I'm well pleased with them. So we'll go to the outside now. It is getting rather windy. Like I said, I think there's a thunderstorm on its way. But you can look up the windows now, and you can see they're all really nice flush fitting. That's a kitchen one. So the big one around this side, I had to spray the little strip at top and bottom. And as you can see from here, that seems to have worked quite well. It almost looks like the window is slightly larger, but not that you can notice it. The bathroom, and obviously that's the bedroom window. So listen, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of a unusual one. However, like I say, if you are building one of these trucks, maybe you are looking for a slightly cheaper option than the overland windows, and certainly you may not be wanting to use the plastic windows as well. If you can, like I said, if you can afford the proper overland windows, go with that option. You're not going to regret that. For like 7 years I've regretted putting the plastic windows in. Now I'm over the moon, we've got glass windows. So let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up, share, and if you haven't already, become a subscriber. We're off into Europe this year, a big long trip, and we're going on many of an adventure. So yeah, till next time, thanks for watching everybody.